For today, we got another exclusive preview made for you as the housemates part of Let's Go Deep podcast. This one is brought to you by Black Miller. Here's my music. And then when I had a listen to it, I was like, damn, thank you God for bringing me into this beautiful space of deep house music, because this is what I live for. Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of It's About Deep with the one and only, the deepest, coming for you live. And Let's Go Deep podcast. Welcome back, housemates. Welcome back to a brand new week, a brand new review. And for today, we got another exclusive preview made for you as the housemates part of Let's Go Deep podcast. This one is brought to you by Black Miller. The track is titled Those Boys. Hey man, I got in touch with Black Miller like a few days ago. Apologies for this. Yeah. Like he got in touch with me a few days ago, like my brother, producer, and here's my music. And then when I had a listen to it, I was like, damn, thank you God for bringing me into this beautiful space of deep house music, because this is what I live for. And this production right here, title of the track is Those Boys Will You Be. Those Boys Will You Be by Black Miller. Oh, it's always the guys with Boma Black something. And one of those guys, just have a listen to this and you understand what I mean. First of all, the production that starts off in such a foundation of just a proper, magnifique, perfect kick drum and kick clap and drum progression with high frequencies of your snares and claps. You know it's gonna be funky, you know it's gonna be groovy, you know it's gonna be house music. Let's go. Deep, soulful house music. Deep, soulful house music. I repeat, deep, soulful house music. I repeat one last time. I know I'm being annoying, but deep, soulful house music. A round of applause to Black Mirror Miller. Those boys, you be. Yo, started off with the foundation phase. As I told you, a foundation phase that is filled with a perfection of a drum programming system where you just have your kick, clap, high frequency snares all integrating together. And then you have that separate drum instrument that just papa, as if it's piano, just introducing something new. They just add that groovy, funky tone to the track, groovy, soulful tone. A structure of such caliber just adds that. Moving on to the chord progression. See, this is where it becomes interesting for me because this track is thick in terms of elements. It is filled with so much instrumentation, so much chords and elements, all composed into one manner. But you know what I love? His sequencing, his arrangement, the way he just knows how to structure things and bring specific elements into life according to specific points. Playing around with the vocal creeps in every second. The moment when you think the vocal is continuously gonna repeat and repeat and repeat, it just steps back. Be quiet, tones down, and catches you off guard again while you least expect it. The percussion elements that are instilled into the production itself are the key components for me that brings out that funky tone to the track. And moving to that electronic piano chord, it's like the key of the track. It's smooth in texture and classy in form because it brings off that classy vibe, that classy house music vibe to the track. You know, the vocal build up, the way the way the vocal builds up. You know, and there's two sets of it. There's the one that plays continuously or just is in motion continuously. It's like where we be continuously, and then this one that just kicks in, in a specific point, acting as a very vital instrumentation to the production itself. And then that silent synth, there's a silent synth chord that you can hear as the track tones down. The track, when that moment when the track reaches like a dead still, not a dead still, but a drop in terms of instrumentation playing, you can just hear it's like da, 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 and you're like, wow, this is production. Let alone that piano solo. That piano solo just adds the richness. It's just like that solo that comes into format to show that this is a track of life. This is a track filled with so much, and it continuously can add more and more and more, and it will still be soulful in structure. Fucking love that. Excuse my language, but I fucking love that. And then the melody, guys. The melody is where all of this joyfulness that I feel inside me describing this track comes from, because in the melody I like to speak about the emotions of the track, and this one evokes such a grooviness to it. It evokes a grooviness feeling and a very soulful piece, because it's a soulful piece that plays with your emotions too much, but mostly it evokes the emotion of joy. You keep on clapping, you don't want to stop when you're listening to this track. You just want to keep on grooving, moving towards it. Show that you are in sync with it. Show that you are in understanding with it. And that's what I love the most about this production. Massive, massive shout out to Black Miller. This is deep, soulful house music, and I love it. And I want to thank you, brother. I want to thank you so much, because this production right here fucks with a lot. I love it so much. I love it so much. I'm getting more and more used to the soulful side of deep house music, and I love it, and I want to consume it even more, because it's a very emotional concept. It's a very difficult one in terms of production, because I don't understand how one can create such a manner And I just want to know what they're feeling in that portion of creation of such a man, in that process of creating such a man of production, because it's very deep, very deep. Yeah. Catch you on the next exclusive preview. You know, send, communicate with us on our social media platforms, or send an email to let's go deepcast@gmail.com if you want to promote, push your music. Yeah. And I'll see you in the next one. Your boy, the one and only, the deepest, signing out over here. Peace.